This baby girl was born 5 days ago. She's one of the millions of Chinese babies born this year with older siblings. In a few hours, she's waiting to be brought back home to meet her 6-year-old sister, who's old enough to give her mother a helping hand taking care of the newborn. Xu Chunmei says having a second child has always been her dream.
I am from the first generation of children born during the one-child policy in the 80s. My parents both have many siblings, and I felt good about that. So when the second-child policy was announced, I decided to have another baby. I want my children to feel what I felt, the affection of a big family.
The second-child policy was implemented in response to the country's graying population and other social issues. The new approach ended China's one-child policy, which was put in place to slow the nation's population growth.
From the point of view of gynecology, one concerning issue related to the two-children policy is the age of the pregnant women. These can pose problems and risks for the pregnancy, especially if women with scarred uteruses become pregnant. We have a variety of considerations to take into account for prenatal screening and diagnosis, as well as paying attention to medical complications and other factors.
Experts say 60% of women eligible for a second child are at least 35 years of age. They also say that at least 3 million women of that age will fall pregnant between 2017 and 2020. However, this has also resulted in an increased risk of birth defects. It's also one of the reasons many older women have given up the idea of having a second child. However, there are some who simply don't want a second child. Zhang Yu had wanted 2 children, but that changed after she had her first child. Raising one kid is harder than expected. The mounting pressure of raising a child has forced her family to face reality. She realizes now, so a second one have to wait.
As my parents are aging, they're beginning to lack energy, and it would not be possible for them to take care of another child. If I gave up work to take care of my child, I'm afraid that I would lose touch with society. And financially, if our family depended solely on my husband's income, he would be under a lot of pressure. I also don't want to be a full-time mother. So gradually, the notion of having the second child has gone.
Despite many women having conflicting thoughts like Zhang, birth rates have risen across China. Close to 18 million babies were born in 2016, up by 1.3 million the year before. It was the biggest annual increase in 2 decades. The number of births at Chinese hospitals from January to May 2017 reached 7.4 million, up by about 8% year-on-year. Local authorities say they have implemented various policies in support of the new approach.
We opened consultation clinics for those with second children. These clinics mainly provide services including maternal care and the termination of contraception. We strengthen the management of maternal classification and emergency obstetric care. We have also established a 4-level emergency mechanism from township to provincial level.
Experts say the birth rate can rise further if incentives are offered to those who plan to have second child. For instance, working dads in Jiangsu province are now allowed to take an entire month's worth of paternity leave, or double the amount in other provinces. Countries with aging populations like Japan have also offered cash subsidies, longer maternity breaks, tax perks, and health benefits to help boost the population.
This is a comprehensive problem. In the long run, alleviating the population imbalance will, to a certain extent, solve the aging population pressure. It will come into effect in the long run. From the perspective of the labor force, we won't see much change.
The UN says China is aging more rapidly than almost any country in recent history. A new study showed population aging could peak by 2070. Experts believe the second child policy will produce a good result for China's future. An imprint of the foot of Xu's new baby girl is on a baby book in red ink as a reminder of her birth and the joy it brought. So are millions of other Chinese parents who paint their hope in their children, a simple wish from a Chinese traditional family to have a big and prosperous family. Liu Yang, CGTN, Sichuan Province.